You ever notice how you can never find any? Finding things is hard, but apparently not for ZipRecruiter because while you'll never instantly find your car keys, you can instantly find qualified candidates for your business. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to connect you with the best people for the job. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/random. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/random. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. You know, podcasting used to be this weird little hobby people did in their basements. Now it's the way people spend their time, attention, and trust. Podcast ad spending is up 33% this year. Video podcasts like this one, up nearly 98%. If you're a business owner still sitting on the sidelines, then call my friends at Radioactive Media. They know how to launch, optimize, and scale podcast campaigns that actually deliver results. Go to radioactivemedia.com or text RANDOM to 511-511. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that lets anyone build a website. Squarespace lets you build a professional website, sell stuff, run a business, whatever, all in one place. So go to squarespace.com/clubrandom for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code CLUBRANDOM for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Squarespace, because if everyone else gets to pretend they're an influencer, you might as well look good doing it.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say this to you.
Yeah.
Because it's just the two of us in this. No one's listening.
I just wish Bobby could stop saying the things I can't defend. You know what I mean?
Do you have something in mind?
And Cheryl, I know, is here.
Hi.
Don't get up.
Okay, I won't get up. I'm all pinned in.
Adore you from here. You look awesome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I tried to find Halloween colors because it's right before Halloween. Oh, your book. In October, your book already. Well, we get right to the plug.
Yeah.
Unscripted. Okay, we will get to that. I'll just hold it up the whole show in front of my face.
Thank you.
But this is as close as I don't have any orange clothing.
No, well, I think orange would be too much.
I think it's always too much. As clothing?
Orange?
Orange or red. I do not like red on women.
You don't?
No. And I've had a number of women over the years. There's been a lot
Try
of
to
years.
impress you with red?
Well, well, I feel they think men are like a bull.
Yeah.
And you know, if you
It
wear
attracts.
like red, like blood red lingerie, such a turnoff to me.
I did not know that.
Well, why would you?
Well, we've never talked about it till now. But I'm glad to know. I am glad to know. But that's odd because I wonder if because lingerie stores, it's mostly black and red. No?
Well, no. There's like powder blue. You know, I like those kind of pastel.
Something soothing. Right? Is that what you're saying?
To even out my
Your intensity.
Exactly. No, I don't know that that's why, but I just like, you know, I don't like thick, loud clothes on women. Like, I don't like leather or...
I'm wearing leather. Awkward.
No. I mean, it looks great on you.
Backtrack. Okay, thank you.
No, I just sort of like...
But like a S&M type of a... No, you like that.
No, I'm just with someone who, like, I might be, like, touching during the night.
Oh,
you know, like you're at
you don't need this in the middle of the night. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
It's too thick, you know,
Yeah,
like you can't touch.
You want to feel somebody's...
The woman.
You want to feel the woman.
Right. you understand
I get you. I totally get you.
I know you do. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm
so glad to be here. I've been dying to talk to you. I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
We certainly could.
We certainly could.
We have a lot in common, I think.
We do?
And, you know, you gave me a great subject about a year ago to talk about when they attacked you, and I was more than happy.
I really appreciate that.
It was a labor.
I really appreciated that.
A labor of love, because
I mentioned it in my book.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
The book. Are you talking about Unscripted by Cheryl Hines?
Yeah.
Wow, you really held up well. You look fantastic,
Thank
both
you.
in person and on the cover.
And on
I
the
mean,
cover.
yeah, you look just the same as in the cover.
Thank you.
This is on the book, and that has to be
Something.
And we live in an age of,
Airbrush.
The least of it. I'm talking about filters and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see someone in person, you're like, whoa, whoa.
The things that young girls
I know.
they must find attractive, because I know, not too recently, but not crazily long ago, I remember some girl I knew, she was on the younger side, and would send me pictures of herself that were like, I'm like, wow, you think this is attracting me? That you
Why?
look
What
like a
kind of
fucking
pictures?
science project?
Oh, just like two.
Yeah, like it can't. I don't think it's something she actually did to herself, although I don't remember. No, I didn't know her very well, but I think it was just more like the filter or like whatever. But whatever it is, it was like
Didn't look like a
obviously
real person.
right.
By the time he gets to you.
Yeah, and obviously, I'm thinking. Obviously, you think this is attractive.
What's good? Yeah. But you would like to see a pore or a
I like to see a
hair.
human.
Yeah, that's fair.
And women are beautiful. We don't need to and they do it so young.
I know.
It
is
sad, right?
sad. And I think it is because of social media, right?
I don't know. You have a kid around that age?
Yeah, I have a 21-year-old daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
21 is an interesting age for women.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Having known many at that age.
I bet you do.
Yeah. No, over the years. I'm
Okay.
saying. I'm not
Yes.
saying.
Right now you're in. Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not
Okay.
saying anything. But
Yeah, well, I'm not pinning.
But
you.
but it was like I feel like women have a brief period when they're wild. Girls just want to have fun. Remember that song?
I do.
Yeah, that's true. But it ends like fairly quickly. Like by the time they're 25,
They know what's up.
they
And
know
it's
what's
like,
up.
I got better things to do.
Right, and I'm not experimenting anymore.
Yeah.
And and I'm maybe thinking about, the one, and suddenly, it's
right.
they get to be a mature person, an adult,
Yeah.
by 25, a woman.
Yeah.
Whereas a man is a boy until
Could be till he dies.
who would know better than you?
With that, I'll take a sip.
No, I'm just saying there's some men in your life who are.
Yes.
I mean, Bobby was. I love him.
Yeah, he loves you.
I hope so.
He does.
I've done my jokes.
I know.
I've also done a lot of things in support that most people have not.
That's true. Yeah.
I think he has some amazingly good ideas, and he's gutsy, like almost nobody else is.
Yeah.
As far as I will lose my family
Yeah.
for what I believe in.
Yeah.
I will lose friends. I said to him when he was here, I said, I don't think your father would agree with you on everything you're saying, but I think he'd be very proud of you for the way you stand up for what you believe in.
I agree, yeah.
And one of the points I made in the thing I did about you was that, she made it plain that she doesn't agree with everything. That's got to be enough when you're in a marriage.
I know. It was, I mean, it continues to be sometimes, but yeah, when a lot of people are just mad that I'm married to Bobby.
They're just mad, Cheryl.
They're just mad. People are just mad.
They're just mad.
I know.
It's you today. It's something else tomorrow. It's
true.
You can tell in their vitriol. What made that piece, I thought, so much better was that it just happened to be after the Democratic convention. And Obama, that week, and the person I went after hard was Bradley Whitford, who was just and like I say, I thank you also, because it gave me a chance to, say this, when people ask me, why is your thing about the left these days? I'm like, well, I'm not a Republican, it's not going to happen, but this level of obnoxiousness that did not exist in the old liberals that I remember. This level of vitriol, and it was right after Obama and Clinton had got up at the convention and made their plea by saying, I forget Obama's exact words, but it was like, we have to stop scolding and shaming.
Right.
We have to stop seeing people as the worst of what they are if we just disagree on one issue.
Right.
I mean, it was, and I remember saying in the piece to Bradley Whitford, did you go to the bathroom when he was, because it's almost like he's speaking directly to you for what you said about Cheryl, which is, you know, she must burn in hell because
yeah, it was weird. I mean, I talk about it in the book because I was trying to stay off social media. I try to, but you know, you get sucked in every so often. But I woke up and people were texting me like, whoa, this guy's such an asshole. And I thought, oh, I had a lot of guesses who the asshole could be. I did not think it would be Bradley Whitford. I was like, whoa, why is Bradley Whitford coming at me?
Because it could have been, it was him, but it could have been, and
Anybody.
was other people.
Yeah.
I mean, this town is a bunch of people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I get basically the same thing in different forms.
I know.
They are not big thinkers. I'm sorry, they're not. I say it all the time here. People in show business, their talent is awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
They're not that bright, with notable exceptions. But they're not, and they think they are because they're very
that's
talented.
The problem is, somebody sitting in their chair thinks that they could do better on the Hill. It's like, well, then go on the Hill and try to make change. But you're just sitting here criticizing everybody else. But acting like you know better, you would do better. And they're all hard jobs that people are doing in DC. They're really hard jobs.
Yes, and a lot of them are sincere. Some of them are not. But even Trump, do I agree with most of it? No, and I hear from him still complaining and bitching and moaning, even after I had, I got the same kind of shit you did when I went to dinner from your TV husband, especially.
Have you talked to him since then, or it's none of my business?
I haven't.
That was crazy. He came after you. That was such a...
Well, a Hitler, once you play that Hitler card, first of all, you've lost me.
I know.
I mean, first of all, it's from a Jew. It's so insulting to anyone who was actually affected by the Holocaust. And I see now that Jimmy Kimmel has offered, he said, I would love to have Trump on as a guest. Is he a Hitler talker too? Is now Jimmy Kimmel?
Right, for even saying that.
It's like, besides the fact that, you could have waited until you saw how I reacted after the dinner, which was I never stopped criticizing him.
Yeah,
I have the tapes to prove it.
But the fact that you shared the same air was enough to make people crazy.
Shared the same air is the perfect phrase for it. That's exactly what it is. And that's, to get back to this point, is exactly my problem with the left these days. That fucking attitude. I think in the piece I called them liberals in theory. I define liberals in theory as liberals supposed to be compassionate.
Right.
That's their big thing.
And accepting everyone as who you are.
There was nothing compassionate about what he said about you, or the simplest kind of compassion, which would be to understand that in a marriage, not everything the other person does or says is going to be what you do or what you approve of. And to make the marriage work, you sometimes have to just... What marriage doesn't go by that rule?
Right. You have to compromise. You have to step back and talk and listen and say, okay, that drives me crazy, but...
And sometimes just eat it.
I know. That's what I remember, too, about your monologue. What really made me laugh. It's like, sometimes when you're married, you just have to eat shit. And I was like... You're not wrong.
You're not, and everybody who's ever been married knows I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I've never even been married, and I know I'm not wrong.
Because any relationship. If you have kids, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, it's like at some point, sometimes you just have to say, okay, we'll get through this moment, and we know who we are to each other, and that's what really counts. But that's what was weird too about his tweet, where he said something about great.
Great job, Cheryl.
Great
job. Wait a minute. Wait, good example for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
You know, it's like, shut the fuck up.
For the kids.
It's just, yes, another one of their liberals in theory, they hate bullying. It's just the worst thing in the world, except when
they do it.
Except when we're putting your head in the locker. Then it's always acceptable because we know what the truth is.
Right.
So it's whatever we do to the other person.
Yeah, it was all very odd.
It's just ugly.
But I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. No.
At the time, I was like, wow, this is so crazy. And, you know, it got a lot of pickup. People were writing about it and talking about it. And I didn't want anything to do with it to begin with. But when you came out, I was like, oh my God, Bill, I love you.
I love you back. And I hope I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not. I think it would be a tragedy, although I wouldn't be surprised if it's the case, that you would lose jobs because this is, it's a town that loves to romanticize the period in the 50s when there was a blacklist, and as they should, because it was a terrible blacklist. But they have their own kind of blacklist now. Yeah. It's not like they aren't sort of recapitulating that when it was a witch hunt about communists. Right. Now it's a witch hunt for people who aren't woke enough. You know, it's not like we're conservatives.
That's the thing. It's like, that's what's crazy.
That's what's so obnoxious.
That's why I feel like I have a lot in common with you because, that's who I have always been. And I've always been, I don't know, I try not to judge people, and I'm curious about people. And if somebody has a different opinion, I'm interested in listening to it. But
right.
A lot of people do not, like you said, if you're sharing the same air with somebody.
But again, people who are basically on your team. Like I always say to my woke friends, we voted for the same person. You're just why she lost.
I mean, the whole election was cuckoo birds.
Yes. I was the first one to point that out about Trump, that he's not. You see, this is the thing he signed when I went to him.
What is that?
That's every insult he's ever said about me publicly. I had him printed out, and he signed it. God bless him. But I earned every one of those.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I was ever deceived before or after I had dinner with him,
right.
And I want to have dinner with him again.
Yeah.
I think he needs more people, and he likes people talking to people.
He does. That is exactly what somebody was just asking me about when I met him. What surprised me the most, and I said I was surprised that he really likes to listen to people. He's very curious and what
they
you have to say.
They hated when I said that. Again, because I'm just telling you what happened. What should I lie?
I guess so. I guess
right.
That's
He
what
kicked me in the balls under the table, and then
I knew he would.
He threw the spaghetti against the wall when I raised the subject of tariffs. No, no.
Yeah, he listened.
I think he actually wants more people around him for a stimulating conversation.
Yeah.
I was very surprised at, and mentioned it again, they hated me for it, that as opposed to so many important people I've met who, when you talk to them, you don't feel like they're really listening. They're kind of like, you know what I mean? And then when they answer you, it doesn't quite track, you know?
They're just waiting for their turn to talk.
Yes, or they're just on this different level. I mean, these are show people, too. I've had that. But I didn't get that with him at all.
No.
I got a guy who looked in my eye, was listening to what I said, waited until I finished, even when it was contradictory, when it was he never got blustery or mad about it. You know, he said some things that I don't agree with and some things that I think are just, you know, plainly not right, like, you know, third term. Yeah, I think you could do it. I'm having people look into it. No, you can't do it. and you can have people look into it from now until the end of time. It's like 12 words in the Constitution. You can't do it. But he didn't get mad.
Right.
And then I also made the point that, you know, I went home that night and I was getting into bed in 60 Minutes. I taped it. And there he is on 60 Minutes, and he's like ranting and raving. I'm like, who's this guy? This is not the guy I met.
Yeah.
And so I'm just the reporter here. I'm just telling you.
This was my experience.
If this is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, find a way to work with Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Hyde. I forget which one.
Yeah.
One of them you want to work.
One of them's good. One of them's nice and one of them's not. And I couldn't tell you either. But yeah, I think it's, you know, it's a matter of style, his leadership. A lot of people hate it so much that no matter what he accomplishes, like the day the hostages were freed.
Yes.
Bill, I thought.
Awesome.
I woke up, I turned on the TV because I wanted to see it, if it was actually happening. And it did. They were all released.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is the thing that's going to bring people together because everybody wanted that. And I didn't hear people celebrating it.
Oh, I did. And got shit from a lot of media for it. I forget who said their headline was something like, Bill Maher spent 6 whole minutes praising Trump for his... Okay, well, it was a panel with 2 other people, so 3 of us were talking. 6 minutes on the subject isn't really that outrageous. It was kind of the big story of the week.
It's a huge story. It's still a huge story.
It was Mark Cuban and Andrew Ross Sorkin, 2 really smart guys, and me. And yes, we were all kind of in agreement.
How
credit
could
where credit is due.
Not be in agreement with that.
Because it's about their
Trump.
feelings. It's about how they feel, Cheryl.
Yeah,
It's not about what really happened.
I know.
How does it make them feel? Not good, because Trump did something good. You know, and it's like I'm not going to live in that world.
And it wasn't just something good. You know, this was what people have been.
I said that.
Fighting for. They've been
trying to do this forever.
They've been.
Yes.
You know, I was reading Kamala Harris's book, and.
Would you lose a bet?
That really made you do a spit take.
Seriously?
Really made you do
There's a sentence I never heard after Pass Me the Anvil. I was reading Kamala Harris's book. And they say you're not liberal enough?
Yeah.
People she's reading Kamala Harris's book. Give the woman a break.
But she was talking about, you know, the hostages and that the whole situation. She was basically saying it's impossible. Just we tried and it's like, well,
right.
But it seemed impossible, yes.
Well,
and then it happened, and both sides were released. It wasn't just, oh, this side got fooled, and there. And that was when I lost a lot of respect for some people.
I lost that respect a while ago. But to that point, you know, if you're in the wing of we don't breathe the same air, and how dare you talk to the president?
Right.
Why? What am I going to elevate him?
Right.
Oh my God! When's he going to become president of the United States?
Right.
There's no there to their argument, and here's a very good counter argument. The Middle East deal shows that, especially with him, everything is personal relationships.
Yeah.
If you don't get that about him, you're just screaming into the wind.
Right.
I hate Trump more than you do.
Right.
That's all they have.
Right.
Wow, you win the beat a dead horse contest.
Well, it's true. It is even like the Middle East. He is, and you're right. And it goes back to when you meet him in person and he listens, and he really does want peace.
That's one definite plus with him.
Yes.
I learned that at the dinner.
Yes.
But you also see it in the actions.
Yes.
He really hates war.
Yes.
Now look, I mean, I'm an Obama guy. When Obama said, "I'm not against all wars. I'm just against stupid wars," that's more my position.
Yeah.
I hope that Trump, you know, first of all, you know, I was not for his plan with Ukraine, which was, I can get a peace deal. Yeah, surrender.
Yeah.
Give Putin everything he wants. And it still didn't work. It just shows it works someplace. Now he just come back from China. You know, I don't think he's handling China right. I think he thinks we have more leverage with China, and China has all the leverage. But in the Middle East, it worked. And part of the reason why is because they did have those personal relationships.
Yeah.
Jared Kushner, you know, I mean, I know some of these deals with the Bahrain and whatever are probably a little sketchy, and they're going to make a lot of money for the family. Okay, I get it. But you know what? We're living in the world we're living in. And the people who, like, are on their high horse, I mean, look, the head of Saudi Arabia did chop off a reporter's head. It's no doubt about it. And for a year, Biden was, I don't talk to you. And then he had to, because it's Saudi Arabia. It's bad that he cut off a guy's head, but he's also modernizing the country. And these are the kind of mature, yes, difficult kind of compromises that mature people make. And Biden was there a year later fist bumping the guy that he said he wouldn't talk to, because you have to, because it's Saudi
you're a
Arabia.
leader of
They have the oil,
yeah.
and they're the counterweight to Iran. We need to talk to them.
Yeah.
And the Trump crowd they just don't play that game.
Yeah.
They don't pretend about anything.
No.
Now, some of it goes too far, and they sound or sometimes a little more than semi-racist. And they lots of stuff I fucking hate that they do. I said when he got elected, I said, I'm not going to pre-hate anything. And then 2 weeks later, I went, here's a list of things I hate. There's things I hate.
That must be true with every president, though. No?
Not to his degree.
Okay. Well,
His sins are much more existential, mostly about democracy and ignoring court orders and, like, you know, I don't like ICE, zip tying children and throwing them in vans. There's plenty to complain about, and I have, and he's noticed, you know, and I'm not going to go into what's going on, but you know, I hope to have dinner with him again, and you know, he definitely doesn't like it when you critique him and thinks you're being unfair, but he is willing to listen.
yeah.
And he totally is not, because I, you know, had dinner with him and then didn't become a Trumpist, he will yell at me, but does not want to cut me off. He does not want to cut me off, which is something I cannot say about the left.
Well,
they want to cut you off.
Well, that is true, because the Republicans have been very kind to me from the beginning. Even from the beginning, when Bobby was running as a Democrat, they weren't mean.
No.
And they never have been.
No.
And I can't say that for the Democrats.
I agree.
And it's
sad, because it's not the Democrats we grew up with.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the difference that people don't, I think, see. They're like, why did you turn on the Democrats? Well, first of all, I didn't. Like I said, we voted for the same person. But I'm not going to pretend I don't notice how different they are.
Yeah.
How mean they've become.
Very mean.
And also, like, often just bereft of the facts. I mean, like, you don't get it about Israel, for sure. You know, I mean, there's some real terrorist-happy people in the party that's supposed to be, I always say, just the fact that the social justice warriors do not make gender apartheid their number one issue. The fact that so many women in the world, yes, mostly Muslim, but not all just Muslim, are beyond second-class citizens, just chattel, really. The fact that that isn't your number one issue, you already lost me. Israel, has it made mistakes? I'm sure it has, blah, 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 lots of it. But we're talking about who is oppressing and being oppressed the most in the world that you should care about and be protesting about. That would be it. Women who are basically treated as second-class citizens at best.
And instead, what do you think they're focusing on?
Israel.
Right.
Somehow the Jews are, one thing can unite the left and right. Gotta keep an eye on the Jews. 15 million people in a world of 8 billion, but boy, they get a lot of attention.
And you know, it goes back to the president, who is willing and able to speak to both sides, to wants peace, wants to figure out solutions. I mean, not necessarily in the women's rights department.
I would say that is his bane and his boon. I mean, yes, he's a guy who looks at things that are amiss, at least in his view, but I often agree with what he assesses as something that needs correcting. The border needed correcting. Well, now even the Democrats, Bernie Sanders was out there in the news, and Pritzker, the guy who's going to run for president, governor of Illinois, both saying Trump was right. Biden fucked it up, and he got in there and he fixed the border. I mean, that's pretty amazing when you got people like that saying, okay, you did the right
We
thing.
see this.
So most of the other things, like I agree, our colleges insane, have elite colleges gone out of, yes, that's the mouth of the river for all of this crazy woke shit that's where it comes from. And lots of other things where he just, NATO did need to pay more. You know, he identified a problem. Mostly, you know, or at least largely, he has done things which I wouldn't do as the solution. You know, was government bloated? Yes. Should we bring in Elon Musk with the chainsaw? No. No, that was not.
You didn't like the style of that.
I didn't like that people were killed and hurt for no good reason.
No.
And that's just not the way. And if there was any silver lining to that one, it was that we found out that actually a lot of the administrations have, when they got in, really took a hard look at where the waste is.
Yeah.
And it's not as much as we thought. It really isn't.
Oh, when other people looked at the waste? Or
Well,
no, because there's a lot of waste.
Even when Elon did.
There's a lot of waste.
Yeah, but not where they cut it. The waste is like in the Pentagon.
Not necessarily.
Really? Where do you think it is?
All over. It's all over the world. You know, it's funding that we are funding for other countries. You know that there's some.
Oh, there's some crazy shit.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit.
No, I remember. I think Bobby did testify about this, and there was stuff in the HHS, but and that's an enormous bureaucracy. That's Health and Human Services. He's not just head of the CDC or the FDA. This is health and this is what, $180 billion or something in this. These are lots of agencies.
Yes.
I mean, but that is a sprawling budget. I mean, he must come home with like fucking tons of work.
He does. Yeah, he does. But
does he take it home?
He's pretty good at. I don't want to say leaving it at the door because that's not necessarily true, but...
What time does he come through the door?
It depends on the day. It really... But, you know, there are calls and things going on all hours of the...
But you're living in Washington.
For the most part, yeah.
Like in a great place in Georgetown or something? Yeah. Georgetown's awesome.
It's so great.
I remember
so great.
I stayed there for a month when I was making the Academy Award-winning movie DC Cab.
I haven't seen that. but now I'm curious. Was it good?
No, it was a big hit though. 1983.
Wow.
Mr. T.
I love Mr. T.
Gary Busey.
Love Gary Busey.
I mean, some very, very, very fine people in there.
Were you guys cab drivers?
We were cab drivers, exactly, in Washington, D.C.
And what, did you know everybody's secrets? Because they were talking on the phone. No, people didn't have cell phones then.
No, but Cheryl, what haunted us was the idea that maybe whatever dreams we had for another life were not going to come true, and maybe we really were cab drivers.
Oh, that was
I wanted
your
to be a musician.
But you couldn't.
Well,
you couldn't.
You know what? At the end,
yeah, you did.
No.
You played the guitar. No.
No. At the end, I realized it's not so bad to be a cab driver. Because we were a family of cab drivers.
Yeah. When would you see each other? At the station?
Absolutely.
And just hang out till you got a call?
Of course. That's exactly how it went. Now they're making DC Uber. It's different. The people don't know each other.
And will never see each other. They text.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I stayed in Georgetown for a month.
It's really beautiful.
And I really loved it. I mean, that's just such a cool neighborhood.
Yeah. It's a beautiful city.
I mean, it's high end, but there's also something a little bohemian about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can wear jeans there. I find in D.C. a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of people
is
wear
not
jeans.
a jeans town.
No.
Absolutely not.
That's been tough.
I mean, we're trying to get Fetterman into jeans. That would be a step up from the shorts. But
yeah, it is. It's a buttoned-up town.
Oh, so buttoned up. I used to love playing it for the show because the crowd is politically hip. But after the show, I never found the party.
No. Maybe it's a little looser now. I've seen some parties. Well, not your type of party, let's be honest.
I remember doing the correspondence dinner one year in the 90s, you know,
Yeah.
when you're the new kid
Yeah.
on the block. And it was just terrible because half the audience just can't be seen laughing
Yeah.
at something that,
Right. That
that
you're
is
making a joke about their work.
their team.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's just a shitty crowd. They should, and every year they try to get a political comic, and every year it's a disaster. And they should, not every year, Stephen Colbert, who I do not like, and he doesn't like me, and that's fine. But the year, I give him credit for that, the year he did it in front of Bush was a genius performance, a great use of true satire. But generally, it's a disaster. They should just get a juggler or somebody who's apolitical.
Right.
They think they can shoehorn politics into that.
But it doesn't work.
It's
not funny. It's like, no, I tried to get that bill passed for 2 years, and you're making fun of it. Yeah.
Right. You ever notice how you can never find anything when you actually need it? Parking spot, your reading glasses, or the TV remote. Finding things is hard, but apparently not for ZipRecruiter, because while you'll never instantly find your car keys, you can instantly find qualified candidates for your business. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to connect you with the best people for the job. My favorite part, you can even unlock top candidates' contact info instantly. It's no wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site on G2. Want to know right away how many qualified candidates are in your area? Look no further than ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/random. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/random. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. You know, podcasting used to be this weird little hobby people did in their basements. Now it's the way people spend their time, attention, and trust. Podcast ad spending is up 33% this year. Video podcasts like this one, up nearly 98%. That's right, apparently people just can't get enough of staring at me while I talk. More than half of Americans listen to podcasts every month. They don't just tune in, they lean in, forming relationships with hosts that they trust. So if you're a business owner still sitting on the sidelines, then call my friends at Radioactive Media. They know how to launch, optimize, and scale podcast campaigns that actually deliver results. Their deep industry knowledge and personal touch set them apart. Go to radioactivemedia.com or text RANDOM to 511-511. Start planning for 2026 and lock in the best rates before every other genius figures it out. That's radioactivemedia.com or text RANDOM to 511-511. Message and data rates may apply.
I know, because now, like an insider, you know, I see things from a different perspective. And it's
like what?
Just, you know, counting votes and
Yes.
do we have your support?
The
and,
minutiae.
Yeah, and it's like we and even like the
Horse
hearings.
trading.
Yeah, horse trading. And tomorrow, a lot of stuff is like popping off every day. Like tomorrow, we're making an announcement. And
Bobby has to do that? Like he has to do that kind of horse trading with senators and congressmen to get their support on shit?
I wouldn't say he does horse trading, but you know, something like favored nations drug pricing, you know, that was not easy to do.
Favored nations drug pricing.
Yeah, so the president and Bobby, it was really important to the president that Americans don't pay more for pharmaceutical drugs than other countries. So we've been paying sometimes 100% more, 500% more.
There's no laws about it.
No.
It's crazy.
And so to get that to happen.
What to happen? So we're fixing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we've had big pharmaceutical companies come in and say, yes, we're doing it. We're not going to charge Americans more than we charge other
Yeah, I read
countries.
about Pfizer.
Yeah, Pfizer. I mean,
What?
that's amazing that they, you know, that these companies are coming forward and saying, yes, we'll do it. Because, you know, it's going to be, I don't want to say a loss for them, but when, you know, a drug price was $1,200 and now it's going to be $200.
Right.
Like somebody somewhere is having
Of
to
course.
shift. So things like that, where you're.
But we're really doing that. That's going to happen.
It's already happening.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's going.
Well, that's another one.
Right.
I'm not
mad about this.
Not just not mad, but how about give credit?
Celebrate. No.
If they did it, because that certainly has been on the Democratic wish list forever.
No.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I remember when Obamacare was first getting off the ground, the first thing they did was have the pharmaceutical companies in, because they understood if we don't have some support from these motherfuckers,
right,
nothing is happening after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so people, of course, the purists, always the cowardiest people in the world, because it's so easy to be a purist.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, he's making deals with pharma. Yes, he's making deals. That's how it's done, because nobody gets everything.
Yeah.
And Obamacare, we should have had a public option. We shoulda.
Yeah.
And this is what's practical. This is what was possible. The art of the possible is what they say politics is. I mean, it passed by one vote.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, being an insider looking in, where it's like, this person needs this to happen to say yes to that thing. And, calls are going back and forth. And sometimes you don't even know if it's going to happen until the press, conference, and it's...
And you see this because he's like on the phone while you're in the room?
Well, I see it because I know that it's on the table. I mean, it's not a secret. That's not a secret that it was really important to give favored nations drug pricing for Americans.
But also politicians famously, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, talk to their wives. I think Trump talks to Melania a lot. I think she's quite influential. I don't have any hard evidence of that. First of all, there's just been a huge change you can see in the fact that they like each other again. There was a period where, remember the slapping of the hand?
But by the way, I read Melania's book, and there was a reason for that. The slapping of the hand. Because she said that they were walking on a, pathway on a sidewalk, and then it became narrow. And she wanted him to go ahead of her, and he tried to hold her hand, and she, was just like, no, I'm going to walk behind because there's not enough room on the sidewalk. So she talks about that in her book. And she talks about, but people came after us and said, can you believe this? And it's like, what is she, if she spent time addressing everything that people said, and she also talked about, she supports a woman's right to choose, and she said a lot of things in her book that, of course...
I think he talks to her a lot.
Yeah,
I think he really... I think it's very unreported, and I'm just guessing, but it's what my impression is, that he actually goes to her for counsel, and that she is a moderating influence, as is Ivanka probably. I mean... it's good to have women around you.
It's good to have women around you. That's why I came on your show, Bill. I wanted to tell you that. It's always good to have women around you, whether they're wearing leather or red lace. You know what? Just let them be.
Red clothes are even worse. You know who
really?
Well, all I can think of is Nancy Reagan.
Oh, whoa.
Republican women, iconically, wear red.
Oh, so even just you looking at a red dress, you're like, no, Republican.
No, this is way before MAGA. I didn't like a red dress. I just feel like a bull. I'm telling you, it's like, oh, you're going to run at this because it's like, I don't know.
Look over here.
It's just not a sexy color.
I think you might be alone in this.
I don't care. Why should I care? Well, we're all alone in our taste.
We are.
And we should be.
As we should be. We shouldn't be judged for it like I'm judging you right now.
I'm not. No. I mean, it's color? Who gives a shit? It's like saying, why don't you like mustard? Because I don't.
Yeah. Because I don't. Get off my back. I know. I thought about that too when Bobby was announcing that he was running. I really thought, oh, what color am I going to wear? Because
Really?
you have to think about it.
You mean for the announcement?
Yeah, for his
Oh,
announcement.
there's a lot you have to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot walk out of the house without your armor on, I'm guessing. I mean, psychologically. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're right.
You have to be like,
Ready.
because, you know, the press, I know people think they're nice. They're not your friends. And they're not trying to be your friends. Their motto is, I didn't come here to make friends.
Yeah.
I came here to get a scalp on the wall. And if it's yours, so be it.
It's not my problem.
I'm
Doing my job, man.
I'm
Doing
just
my
a
job.
hunter with a rifle, and you're just a deer in the headlights.
Yeah. And you knew you were walking out in the field.
Yeah, and you knew it.
You knew it.
Right.
It was a risk you took, and
Absolutely.
how it worked out.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. You know, when you don't know, I'm not even a politician. You know what I mean? I'm not even a politician, and people.
Well, when you're the wife of Bobby Kennedy, you are
de
facto. You
involved.
To a degree, you are a politician. You just, you know, you can sing the song "What I Did for Love."
What I did for.
What show is that from?
Oh. Wait.
It's a great song, right?
Is it the. You sing it. What I did for love. That one?
I can't. I'm too stoned to sing because I can't hear it in my head. No. But it's a great. You know this.
Yes, yes.
You know what song? It's not. It must be from a Broadway show. I feel like it's definitely from a Broadway show.
Somebody here must know, no?
Well, we don't.
You
We're
won't let 'em in.
We're the only ones here.
Thank you.
That's what I love about this show. We're the only ones
I know
here.
nobody's around.
You know, we're going back to the time when people didn't look things up.
You just have a
If
conversation.
we don't know what Broadway show,
then we
was
don't
it,
deserve. If
then
we don't know
we
it by
just
now, we don't deserve to know.
fucking know.
Yeah, let
It
it.
will come to us.
It'll come to us.
It will come to us. Let us.
I know. Now I feel like I need to know. I'm gonna let it go. What's it all about, Alfie? No.
But
Is that a Broadway
it would
show?
fit you. You could sing that song because you've
That's
given
true.
up a lot for love.
Well, I think we all do. But this is a very particular situation. This is very specific that I didn't see coming.
Any political wife gives up a lot for love.
Or husband.
Or husband.
Yeah.
You mean the almost first gentleman? Did you know him?
No, Doug.
Doug Emhoff.
That sounds right. I know, and I just read the book. I think that's his last name.
Somehow I think Doug Emhoff has heard the words, that sounds right, about him many times in his life. Anyway, Doug Emhoff, who, look, I'm sure is a very nice guy. I don't know why I have to bring this up, but we're talking about him anyway. But he was credibly accused of sexual misfeasance, shall we say, during the campaign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really? That never got on your radar?
No, there was a lot of other crap on my radar.
Well, that just shows you when the left-wing bubble wants to close the wagons and make you not see it. No, look, I'm not saying he did anything that should have disqualified her in any way, but they just did cover it up, and it was very similar to other things that they have blown crazy out of proportion. It seemed credible. It was in Cannes, he was on a date, this was before Kamala, and
before
he just acted like in a terribly rude, horrible, misogynistic way. And it was just like, no, he's her husband, we don't see that, you know. They did him on Saturday Night Live in sketches, and it was just like, oh, kind of boring, you know, old
sweet
Doug, yeah, sweet Doug. And like that thing was just, when they want to disappear a person or an idea,
situation, yeah.
They take that very seriously. I know, Trump disappears people into vans, and I'm not for that. But you can disappear an idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, especially if you control the media.
Yeah, and look, they have a lot of the media too. It's just that we each have our own media.
Yes, and that's all people watch. They watch the one that they like to hear what they're saying. I know it was really during the.
What do you guys watch?
I like News Nation. I like News Nation because
that's my boy Cuomo.
Cuomo, yeah.
Love him.
I do too.
He's been here.
And I like that they, talk about both sides.
Exactly, and the Free Press does that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It is very hard to get both sides.
Yeah.
I look at, I read the New York Times and the New York Post. Because, like, it's just amazing. It's only when I read them both where I'm like, okay, now I fully understand the situation.
No, that's what I have to do when I watch the news. I'll have to watch CNN, and then I'll have to watch Fox News, and then I'll have to figure out, okay, what's up.
No, watch my show, because I will give you both in one show.
By the way, that's what I love about you.
Yeah, thank you.
I love
I will give you both in one show.
You're like, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
You might hate hearing this.
Right, but here's the real.
This is what's happening.
Here's the real on both of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about both of them. And,
and it's odd that there's not more of that. It's odd that there's not more of somebody just reporting the news instead of...
There's such a
lot of feelings in the news.
There's such a cognitive dissonance between the news and our actual lives. Like, if you absolutely could, like, block out all the news, if you didn't even know who the president was, I would guess your life is pretty sweet. You live in Georgetown. You're married to an exciting guy.
That is true.
He is.
He is. He's fascinating.
And exciting people are going to be flawed.
That's true. Mine is true.
I mean, Hillary never left Bill. I always thought she was great for that. And there was some point along the way, and they asked her when she was talking about it, and she said, yeah, I think she literally said the words, he's a hard dog to keep on the porch, which is awesome if it's true, and even if it's not, it's still awesome. But she said,
but it doesn't sound like something she'd say. She doesn't strike me as somebody who says, like my mama used to always say.
Well, she did live in Arkansas for a long time. We could look it up, but we're not going to do it now.
We're not going to. And by the time we're done with this,
Right.
we're going to not think about the porch and the dog.
We'll both be canceled by the time we're done with it.
That's true. They're not going to let me back in D.C. either when we're done with this.
No, but she said, she said, I don't like it. It was a long time ago. I don't want to like mangle her words, but the essence of it was, I've never met a more interesting person in my life. So you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna stick with the person who there's nobody I'd rather talk to shit about, and I think what she was thinking is like, in time he will calm down. What?
I like that you spent so much time thinking about what Hillary Clinton. I like that you really you took those words in and you're like, I know
think
what
it applies to me.
I know what she's saying.
Because I think it applies to me.
In what way?
I think in time he will calm down.
Have you calmed down? You calmed down.
Yes. And there's someone who I give a lot of credit for thinking that about me.
That you calmed down?
That I would calm down.
I never said I thought you would calm down. You're the one that just said that.
No, I'm just saying. I give a lot of credit to someone who had that faith. Like I think at some point he will calm down.
But
you don't want to be completely calm because then you're boring.
That's right.
So I'd rather have the interesting part. I mean, life's short enough, and let's be there for the interesting parts. And like I say, reading the news, you can get yourself into a lather of anxiety, but your actual life, if you didn't know, you're wearing great clothes. I love the leather.
Don't backpedal now.
It does really look good. I mean,
that was the first thing you said when you sat down. You're like, I don't like women in leather.
It's a great outfit.
You meant like a leather bikini.
I meant like, yes, like a leather that's...
Really thinking about this.
Okay. But
no, I do have a good life. I have a great life, and
a lot of people do, and many don't, and we care about them.
Yeah.
And that's compassion, and that's like, the Republicans definitely lack a certain chip for compassion. In general, they do.
Which is strange because that's what I always thought that was the backbone of.
Republicans?
No, Democrats.
Democrats. It is the backbone.
But it's not it's not feeling like that.
Their head is up their ass on so many things that their goal is compassion, and they wind up doing the reverse. Great example. We live in California. Mm-hmm. They were very compassionate about the environment, and so they made it a law that you couldn't fuck with some kind of shrub that was going to be endangered and it was like brush for the fire. And the fire caused actual more pollution. I don't know if you have one of those little dials in your home that tells you the quality of the air, but this week it was horrible.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, like when it's fine, it's a little man who's green, grinning. And then if it's getting a little worse, it's like he's yellow and like,
uh-oh.
And then
if it's bad.
And this whole
Is
week
his hair
it was
like
just in orange.
And what are you you're not supposed to
Well,
walk
I don't know what that's from.
Is that,
But the fires,
Yeah.
I've read the stats. The pollution from the fires was worse than like anything, worse than all the cars, and it reversed like 20 years of progress that we did by, fixing the car situation or making it better. I mean, so like, you can just stupid your way to the opposite effect, And there's a lot of that because it's just very important to these people that they are seen as the good people.
Yeah.
So they just wind up having the reverse effect, I think, often, well-meaning as they are. But it's just very, very, very important to them to be seen as the good people. And what they're willing to do to get that reputation sometimes is counterproductive.
It's true. And they can be very judgmental.
Very.
I mean, I guess both sides can, but
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if it's somebody who all your life is telling you they accept everybody, no matter who they are, they're perfect the way they are, and then suddenly it's like, except you're not great. He's not great. Don't talk to that person. They're not.
They're very hypocritical about heterosexual relationships that are age inappropriate for the people who are supposed to be, well,
all accepting.
I was born that way. This is what my body is telling me to do.
What, do people give you a hard time? You don't have to answer.
Yeah, they do. And I don't give a fuck if they do.
I'm sure you don't.
This is what my body is telling me to do.
Yeah, I'm honoring my body.
And by the way, it's what 90% of men's bodies are telling them to do.
You're just acting on it.
Get with a 20-year-old. That's what their bodies are telling them to do.
If you can.
If you can. And no. But I'm just saying, I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you were saying that this group is saying that they accept everybody
and
who they are, and then you're dating a younger woman, and it's
they're
like
the most judgmental people in the world.
And which is okay, but then don't act like you're not.
This is what's so frustrating about the times we live in. Like politically, I am more with the Democrats and the liberals. Especially on the issue of, democracy and trying to preserve it.
Okay.
But on the other issues, they just get under my skin, the left, so much. Whereas the right, you could have this conversation and, all my friends on the right, Kid Rock, who brought me to the White House, people like that, Dana White, Trump himself, all these people. You can have these conversations. Charlie Kirk was here. All these people, you can have these conversations and come to that point. I remember when Dana was here, when all of them were here, probably. We get to that point where we're kind of yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And then I always take it back down. And by the time they leave, we're all great friends.
Yeah.
And they're okay with that.
Yeah.
The left isn't that way.
No.
They're more like, no. If you're not with me, I fucking hate you, and you're a deplorable, or you're with the deplorables, or you're talking to the deplorables, or you had dinner with Hitler, or something.
I know.
And it's just like, it's like you people are you're such babies. You're just not sophisticated people. To quote another show on our network, you are not serious people. Serious people talk to each other, and they accept that you're going to get to this point where you don't agree. There's, again, the marriage thing, it's just it's very comparable to politics. There are things you're just going to go, I don't know what the fuck, but can we fix this together?
Yeah.
And can you not hate me? And if you don't hate me, maybe I'll, let's just, I see that we have Marjorie Taylor Greene on our show Friday.
That'll be interesting.
On Halloween.
By the way, I've met Marjorie too, and she was very nice. I mean, not people are gonna be mad at me for even saying that, but she's like.
My line is, everybody's a monster till you talk to them.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, I'm not saying she's a monster either, but yes.
No, but
a lot of people think that.
she's a monster till you talk to them. And then they're not.
And then they're not, because they're just people.
Because they're people.
But, during the election, I remember when, the primaries, right before the primaries, and it wasn't clear who was going to be the nominees,
right?
Especially Republican. Although at one point it was like, very clear it was going to be Donald Trump. And I remember talking to one of my friends who said, "Can you believe it?" And I said, "I can." And I said, and I think what we should be talking about is half of the country really supports that, really supports him. So why do they? And she was like, looked at me like I just had given her a little tablet of poison. I said, have I said something? And she was just like, how could you even say that?
I know.
And I was like, well, aren't you curious? Like,
right.
Why aren't you curious about, do
you think there's any part of that answer that might be in the mirror? Is what I would say to any part of the answer. Not the whole answer.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But just any part of that answer that might be in the mirror. Because I remember after the election, and, I won't say who, but a very respected editor, iconic even, and his comment was, well, we're not as good at people as we thought we were. Half of our people are bad people.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the...
Right.
I'm not paraphrasing,
yes.
but that was the takeaway from the election.
Yeah.
Half of our people are just bad people.
Yeah.
We're the good people.
Right.
And we know who the good people are.
Right.
Okay? But...
And so everyone knows
and what we have
that's
to do,
me, and they want to make sure that they...
Right.
What
we have to do is make sure that the good people own and destroy the bad people. See, both sides think that. They don't want to compromise. Both sides.
I agree.
I just want to own you and destroy you, which is a great strategy, left-wingers, until they're the ones who completely own and destroy you, which they now have. I mean, there's no checks on Trump. Okay? So somebody got owned and destroyed, and it was you. So maybe that wasn't the greatest strategy.
Right.
But now they're doubling down on that,
Who's doubling down?
The woke people who will, the people who thought it was great that Larry said that I was Hitler for having dinner with Hitler or whatever, whatever. I didn't even read it, but I got the gist of it. I'm Hitler, or I'm having dinner with Hitler.
You're having dinner with Hitler, and it's fine because he's a fun person to hate.
The people who just want to beat the dead horse of, I hate Trump more than you, and that makes me a better person. Great. Again, I have the thing with 56 insults, so I think I can come to this fight.
Did he read those?
No, I read some of them to them at the time.
I'm sure he laughed and also said,
he did.
Don't say that. You
know what he said?
Huh?
I read some of these because, another thing, he does laugh.
I know.
He never laughs in public, but he does laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he was laughing when I was, dopey, dummy, trouble, terrible student, not considered smart, no mojo, nervous, low-life dummy, so-called comedian, not a smart guy, better than Somonex, feel like a dog, fired like a dog. I mean, the fact that somebody would have in their head, if I tried to come up with 56 different ones, I couldn't do it.
No.
And he just went, it was different times.
And you said it was yesterday. The last one's from yesterday, and not different times. Yeah, he does it. He does have a sense of humor, which, by the way, I'm sure that.
Also, he said something in the press that got not a lot of coverage, but I thought it was very telling, and I thought it was very real. About 6 months ago, when he said, "What people don't get about me is I have no permanent enemies." And when you think about it, a lot of the people he fired, he brings back. They've been on the outs, they're on the ins. For all his bad points, he's very flexible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bad side to that, but there's also a good side to that.
Yeah.
And I think he's right. I don't think he has permanent enemy. I'm a perfect example. I mean, for years it was just this, he would talk about it at the rallies, like there's this lunatic, there's this low-life dummy, this highly overrated, increasingly boring comedian in quotes.
Yeah, I'm sure he talks about your ratings.
A befuddled mess, his show is dead guy.
Oh, right in the heart.
And, he says that I'm not going to give up power. And then, of course, he didn't give up power. It didn't faze him at all. The thing he was complaining about actually happened. You think he's going to run in 2020 80? They keep talking about,
well,
we're going to find something.
It does seem highly unlikely. But also...
How's Bobby getting along with him these days?
He gets along with him really well.
Still, so there was no, there was, for a minute, there was talk in the press that I forget what it was, but something, maybe it was just they made up a story that Trump was like, oh, he's gonna, but that was never close?
No. I mean, that's the other thing, too, about being on the inside and looking at it. People create little stories and then they catch fire. And then that's a news cycle. And so you really do know what's going on, what's not. And the thing about...
All they care about is clicks.
That's all they care about.
That's all they
Does not matter if it's true or not. Does not matter.
Truth is like a distant force to
Does not matter.
Clicks. Yeah.
It can drive you insane.
Do you read it? I don't.
It depends on...
I never read anything.
Day to day. Do you not?
I don't know if I would even know how to get on any of these things anymore. Really?
I usually don't. I mean, I really...
The likes I get...
Yeah.
And this, like, sometimes I go home Friday night, I'm like, oh, wow, that's such a great show. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I could go on Twitter, but then I'd see the people who hated it.
Yeah.
So like, any like I get is like texting. It's like a personal...
Yeah,
the
from
person
somebody
I know.
Yeah. Well,
that means a lot to me. It's like somebody who I respect and know is like, wow, you hit it out of the park. That was a great thing, or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not as many likes as you would get, but to me, it's more meaningful.
Yeah. I heard somebody say once, you shouldn't take criticism from somebody you wouldn't take advice from. And
that's
it's
great.
like, yeah.
Wow.
Well, that makes sense. So you have people that don't know you commenting on how awful you are, and it's like, oh.
You should do a show. That's what you should do now.
What kind of show?
You know what? Fuck the acting thing. That you are never going to convince the 90% of the cowards in this town who I'm telling you, very talented, not that bright. They're very afraid. They're very afraid of being on the wrong side of an issue.
Yeah.
So it's just easier just to get behind Professor Mark Ruffalo. He knows everything about Israel. So just do that. And you're always going to be safe doing that.
Yeah.
There's always going to be safe attacking you. Mm-hmm. That was always going to be the safe choice because you're on the wrong team now. Mm-hmm. So just attacking you is very safe. We don't have to look into it more. And we don't want to because we're actors. We're not readers, okay? If we were readers, we'd be different categories. We're actors, okay? We read the part that makes us sound good. And if that part is saying, we must stop genocide, yeah, well, you don't know what genocide is. You got your facts wrong. You don't know your history. You get everything from TikTok. But I get it. It's a better speech. Mm-hmm. It's a better speech than 400 million women around the world can't dress the way they would like to. I mean, can you imagine just not having the choice to dress the way you want to? Taking leather out of the situation.
No, I would be. Where would I be without my leather pants? No, it is hard to imagine what's going on in some countries. Really hard to imagine.
I think that's the way to. I just realized. I think that's the way to frame that issue.
Yeah.
To get women involved. Can you imagine living in a society where you did not have the freedom to choose what you wanted to wear?
I mean, by the way, it's more so not having the freedom to get an education. That's
too.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are a lot of things we could put on this list.
There are more places and countries where a woman can get an education. They're not all Afghanistan where you can't. That's the far end of the spectrum. but where you also still couldn't dress the way you wanted to.
Yeah.
You certainly couldn't leave your pretty blonde hair showing.
I know. It's really hard to.
It's just a choice. I mean, I feel like that should be a choice. The fact that, some on the left have taken the, the head covering as a sign of liberation. It's like, wow, your head is really up your ass. Yeah, if you think that's a sign of liberation,
I almost did a spit take.
What?
I almost did a spit take.
And ruined that leather.
No, I want to ruin my leather.
At least it wasn't red leather.
That would drive you crazy. What if you walked in and it was like red leather head to toe? You would have walked right out.
Yeah, but if the girl was hot enough, I could forgive it.
You get over it. You'd be like,
Guys are like that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, tonight's.
I used to do a whole bit about, like, especially when you're younger, like, no matter if you wanted to get laid, no matter what a woman said, it didn't matter. I steeled myself to some really bad personalities way too late in life.
Well, let me ask you this. For how long can you do that? Let's say you meet a girl and she's really hot, you're very attracted. And let's say you have sex with her on the first night. Oh, I like where you're going. So if the pillow talk is you realize, whoa, we do not have anything in common. Then are you still the next night like, hey, you up? Yeah.
No, you're describing a different guy.
Okay.
Look, I never got married, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
Some people, don't get married because they don't like girls at all. Some people don't get married because they like them a lot.
That's your category.
Right. But I was never really like that first night guy.
Really?
I'd have liked to be.
You just didn't have the option? You didn't have the game?
I mean, it's happened sometimes, but first of all, when it could have happened more, I was stupid about, as men are, like I did not really understand who I was very well. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that lets anyone build a website. Squarespace lets you build a professional website, sell stuff, run a business, whatever, all in one place, because apparently you can't just exist anymore. You have to have a brand. Remember when a brand was just what they did to cows? Well, now everybody's got one. Your dog has one, your plants have one. But hey, if we're all doing it, you should check out Squarespace. They've got this thing called Blueprint AI that basically builds the site for you. You just tell it what you do, what you like, and it spits out something that actually looks like you know what you're doing. The best part, you can add appointments, email campaigns, videos, all without having to talk to a web guy. So go to squarespace.com/clubrandom for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code CLUBRANDOM for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Squarespace, because if everyone else gets to pretend they're an influencer, you might as well look good doing it.
Were you famous?
No, I mean...
Okay, this is when you were not famous. But did it make a difference after you...
But I'm still not famous to any woman usually under 30.
Interesting.
They have no idea who I am, which is great. Better.
Yeah, you have to work harder.
Well, no, it's just that, like...
you have to say, you want to watch my show?
That sounds like it's going to be good.
It isn't.
But it never is, because then people who are like fans, then they're like too nervous.
Right.
When you go to have sex, they're like, they're just frozen. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's happened more than once. They just they're too
They're like, I can't believe I'm doing it with
I
Bill
guess
Maher.
so. I guess so. But it's like,
and then that makes you feel
it's so
weird.
much better to have somebody like, first of all, yes, they like you for you.
Yeah.
And they're not overwhelmed by the experience.
Yeah.
which is not that's not exactly a pussy wetner being overwhelmed, so.
I like that you want to keep women underwhelmed. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Underwhelmed by my celebrity, overwhelmed by who I am,
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say your skills.
No, but I'm not out there. I'm not. Look, that's not who I even am. I'm not out there trying to find women. I'm totally
You're not?
No.
But there was a day when you were.
Definitely.
A few days.
Many days.
And
yes.
so you have calmed down, settled down.
Totally. And I don't like to reveal
I wish you would.
too many specifics about my real life. I don't think that's ever productive in show business, but I'll just say I'm extremely happy. I'm very extremely happy. So that's,
okay, and
that's
you
all
don't
good.
have to answer this question. Are you extremely happy because you have someone that you like to hang out with?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. That's so, see, isn't that, it's so nice.
It's so nice. Oh, I mean, nice.
It's like you hit on different levels, not just like one.
I hit on different women.
But now you're not.
No.
No.
No, I don't want to, and I'm too old to, and no, everything came out in the wash, but, I have probably more regrets about that part of my life than any other part of my life, because the fact that the stupidity reigned so late, just your look.
I'm taking it in. I'm taking it in.
It said it all.
No,
I didn't need any comment.
I don't know. I was just thinking, no, Bill, I was just thinking because.
But it does.
Yeah. Because
it's like it doesn't, like.
You want to have somebody, it's nice to find somebody who you can share your experiences with.
Right.
And if you don't find the right person, then then it doesn't work. Then you might as well just fuck around. You know what I mean?
There's only two real pleasures in life.
I can't wait.
I think. There's doing
spaghetti. No.
There's doing what we're doing. Yeah. Just talking, having an awesome time, connecting mentally, like having a couple of drinks, smoking, and there's nothing like mental ping pong.
I agree.
And fucking. Everything else is kind of secondary. I mean, yes.
You're just filling time so you get to do it again.
Well, there's something wonderful about, taking a bath and snuggling up and watching a movie and bowling.
Because it's very intimate because you don't do it
dinner with friends. But nothing is as good as this or fucking.
Because it's intimate. Because you're truly connecting with somebody.
I've said to people, I hate that I have to decide between kissing you and talking to you.
Aw, that's very sweet.
And sexy.
That's a very sweet.
But it's true. That's been true.
That's a very sweet sentiment.
Yeah, well, try getting it, though. I mean, it's not like that grows on trees.
No, I know.
That feeling with someone and having that with someone, and sometimes you have it, and then you don't have it, and I mean, it's like that's a feeling that's a high you're always chasing.
That's true.
So if you catch it,
you should hold on.
Well, you shouldn't fuck it up.
You shouldn't fuck it up.
That's what men's usual trip up is.
They love to fuck it up. They can't think ahead.
We don't want to.
I know you're not trying to.
We're not trying to.
But
at least give us that.
I will give you that. You're not trying to.
We're not trying to. We can't help.
But once in a while, you're not thinking
Period.
2 steps ahead. Like, if I do this thing, then this thing might happen. Yeah.
That's true. I must say, in my second half century of life, post 50, I would say around there, I feel like I did finally absorb that one. Like there is a tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, would it be great to fuck this person? Yes. But then what are her expectations going to be?
In tomorrow.
And even if I said to her in words, here's a sophisticated thing I learned late. Even if I said to her in words that, I am who I am and this is not going to be blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The kind of growth that you would hope would have happened earlier.
Yeah. Well,
but,
I mean, a lot of times that happens. You don't have kids, right?
Not to my knowledge.
But call in if you're watching.
You do a lot of these bit takes. I'm going to tell you, you and I are going to be hosting a morning show at some point. I have a feeling that I am going to be the Regis to your Kathy Lee at some point.
No one's going to learn one thing, but we will tell it like it is.
I'm telling you, that is a show.
Okay, let's do it.
If you think you had a good TV husband before, I'll give you a better one.
Now you're talking my language. You really know how to talk to a woman.
No, I'm telling you, I think that's what you should go to. Because they're not going to give you a break in this town. They're just fucking assholes. They are. They really are. And they're just such a bunch of fucking teenage girls who don't want you to sit at their lunch table. And I just don't think that's going to change.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been...
But you could do a show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you'd be really great at that.
All right.
You got the wardrobe. I love this. This is a perfect.
See,
I'm not joking.
It's because you're so high.
It's a great.
No, when we started out, you were like.
I'm just one guy. Don't go by me. This is a great. If I was the producer, I'd be like,
wear that outfit.
Is a great first show outfit.
Okay.
This is exactly what we want to be selling to the people, because you want somebody like. I feel like women's TV has been like either an overweight lesbian, you know, somebody who's not threatening to us at all, or Tyra Banks. I feel like we need something in the middle.
In between. That's not
like a
you
hot
don't have
chick,
to be a supermodel.
But you know, like
a
someone
sensible.
who's well, she's like she is the aspiration for us at that age. To be, if we could be as hot as her at that age, we're really far because we're watching daytime TV. So, you know, we're obviously also eating Funyuns. But okay. But, you know, but somebody who can talk, and, you know, you've had some pain in your life, they love that. You know, you've had pain, they love that.
Well,
and they, you know, a man.
But you're still here.
And you're still here.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Like you've been through some.
And that's when you go into what I did for love.
What I did for love.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What is that?
It's a great song. Who sang it?
What's it all about, Alfie? No. Wait, was that a Broadway show?
No. Much later than Alfie. No.
Was that a Broadway show? No. Was that a musical? No. Yes.
Well,
what's it all about?
No. I think it's a movie. They remade it badly, but the original one was Michael Caine, Alfie.
Oh.
He's a cad.
He is.
Yes, he's a bounder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who Alfie is.
Alfie. I thought you meant Michael Caine.
He has sexual intercourse and relations with women with no intention of making an honorable missus out of them.
Scoundrel.
He's a scoundrel.
Yes.
And, you know, that's...
But he falls in love?
What's it all about, Alfie? I don't know.
I don't know what happens.
It's questioning that sort of scoundrel life and saying, you know, like, get in line.
Is it worth it? Oh, the thing that I was going to say, was talking about you know, realizing, tomorrow, there is a tomorrow. Yes. There might be consequences. I should think about that for a moment before I do this one thing.
Right.
I think a lot of people learn that lesson when they have kids. Because before you have kids, you don't care what you're doing.
But Bobby's got plenty of kids.
Bobby's got a lot of kids.
What's his kids?
What's his excuse? Let's call him.
You can't blame that on the kids.
He's on the phone right now. Bobby, let's go to line 2, Bobby.
You can't blame that one on kids.
No.
But I know what you mean, kids. I mean,
right, because then you think because you're thinking about somebody else.
Of course.
It's like the first time in your life you start thinking about somebody else before you think about yourself. So even what you're talking about, that's what you're doing now. You were in your second half century.
Half century.
You are thinking about somebody else. Bill, this is very sweet.
No, actually.
No, it's not.
I was thinking about me.
Having to.
I mean, yes, sometimes I'm thinking about another person. That's true. I'm being facetious. But I'm also thinking about self-preservation. The last thing in the world I want is a woman who is mad at me.
Really? I mean, it seems like you would be able to take that pretty well. No?
I have. Many times. And it's still not, not enjoyable.
No. Well, that's sweet. That says something.
You know the old Shakespearean phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Okay.
So it's not so much about the feelings, it's about the wrath of the woman.
That is a big part of it. I'm not going to lie. Why?
You're not like...
Well, it's both. It's both. It's
okay.
one of those nice things that is both. You're doing the right thing, but you're also doing the right thing for you. Because, and it's so easy. Like, how do you get women not to hate you or be mad at you? Don't lie to them, ever.
Yeah.
About anything. Yeah. Don't take them down a primrose path and then, like, ghost or just not be that guy who they thought you were. Don't pretend, you know, maybe I would want to get married someday. No, just be honest from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I like that you never got married.
I like it too.
I mean, I think it's. I think
you like it.
I think
Let me
good.
tell you, sister.
Know, you were like. I could tell you a few things. I could write a book.
And you did. You know, I love it the way I'm telling you, we are destined for a morning talk show. Unscripted by Cheryl Hines. It's so. I read it while this interview was going on. That's what a badass I am. I can read and do an interview with the speed read. Oh, it's got pictures.
It does have pictures.
Oh, now I'm fucking sold.
No, it has pictures.
Wow.
No,
Look at these pictures.
I like
wow, you're always with good-looking men.
I know. Those were my gay husbands.
Your gay husband? Stop it. Really?
Paul and Eddie, yeah.
Wow, there's Richard Gere.
I know. I talk about Richard Gere for a moment in the book.
So you fucked all these guys?
Mm-hmm. And they were all. I rate them. Yeah, as you're flipping through. It starts with.
Hey, what's this Jodie Foster at the end?
You know, she ranked. She was up there. I feel like I've known you for a long time, although we haven't really done.
We've been in the same circles.
Yeah, we've been in the same circle. And we were at maybe a Vanity Fair party after the Oscars.
Sure.
And we were both at the bar at the same time. I don't know why, Bill. I don't know why I asked you. Because this was the rumor for so long. Was that you would masturbate into a sock before
a sock. I love the way things get embellished. They did print an article in. Do you remember there was a magazine called?
I'll never forget that magazine
Collier's.
we called.
I know. Entertainment Weekly. It was like.
I think it's still happening. No. I don't know.
Happening is definitely not the word to describe whatever's going on with Entertainment Weekly. Happening is not it.
Okay.
You think that still exists in some form?
Yeah.
Well, it existed when there was newsstands.
Right. And you would walk by the newsstand.
I haven't seen anyone refer to it or seen it itself in I don't know.
I also don't know.
Right.
If that's true.
Anyway,
that it still exists.
They printed. Yeah, it was a when magazines were something.
People would pick them up at the airport before they got on the plane.
Exactly. It was like People magazine just for the. I don't know how it was different. Anyway, I guess it had box office results. Anyway, they said that I masturbated before the show in the dressing room.
Why did they say that?
Because I did.
How would they know this?
Not often. But
not often, but you had.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Tell me.
This is the 90s.
Okay.
I mean, we taped every day.
Yes.
Or 3 days a week or something like that. It was an everyday show, politically incorrect. The sign right behind you.
Yes.
I mean, I was just like a wild person then. I mean, and I would be out at night. I would, and be sometimes.
Oh, I see.
I'd be kind of.
So you might be talking to
hungover.
An Entertainment Weekly.
Well, no.
Reporter. No.
I think what it was I'd come in and hungover, not hungover, but just like, did I get enough sleep? No,
not
because
really.
I was out late.
Yeah.
Drinking and clubbing and whatever.
Yeah.
And then, this wasn't a lot, but yeah, sometimes I was. And so, like, I could always get a nap if I jerked off first.
Okay.
And I think one time I forgot to remove the Jergens from the...
Dressing room? No.
Yes, from the toilet area.
Oh.
And then somebody...
Okay, so you did it in the bathroom. That's reasonable.
That's what I said to Bill Clinton after the Monica Lewinsky scandal. You did it reasonably. Yeah. So.
Okay.
So what? You got.
Somebody.
You got me.
That's
so I think somebody dropped a dime.
And said, I think that
well,
this...
I mean, it is damning evidence. Why else would you have Jergens in the toilet area?
Well, I mean, moisturized hands. if you're a lady, you know.
Cheryl, I can't sell that. I just can't sell that.
Okay, but
it's just better to admit it.
Where does the sock come in? You don't have to answer
They
that.
just made that up because that's what they do. Writer's embellishment.
Right.
It was a sock.
Right.
And I was thinking about Putin. You know, whatever they want to say. Of course they're gonna. But I'm telling you the truth and owning it. And,
no, but that night, I said, I asked you about that, and you said, yeah, I do that sometimes, or whatever.
Oh, see, I'm consistent.
Yeah, it was very refreshing. And then I asked you, I shouldn't say this either, but I had this this dress on, and my hair was sort of bouffant, and wasn't the bouffant hair I was hoping for that night.
Bouffant, like Priscilla Presley?
Kind of, yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, that sounds exciting. No, it was more like a, more of a political thing.
Not like Cameron Diaz jizz in the hair thing.
No, this is more like, who could like maybe Sarah Palin? Like really done.
Okay, sure.
And
Beehive.
It's sort of beehivey. And I said to you, we were waiting for our drinks after I asked you about the sock. Why would I ask you about the sock?
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker. And I said,
hey, I hear you're so horny. You can't wait for nighttime, and you do it in a sock in your dressing room.
And I said,
here's my card.
Yeah. Yeah, so nice to meet you. I know. Why would I ask you that? I don't know. But I think I must have met you before that moment. But I don't know where. But anyway, I said, do I look like a senator's wife with this hair?
Little did you know.
Who knew?
Wow, what foreshadowing.
I know. And you said, if you're asking me I'll say breasts. Not what you said. If you ask me if your breasts look great, they do. You look great. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was asking about my hair, but
Cheryl,
I'll lean into that.
I can't believe at this point we have to make this statement clear, but I'm always an honest person. If your tits look great, I'm going to say your tits look great.
That's exactly what you said.
If the left is driving me crazy, I'm going to call them out.
Know.
If Trump is doing crazy shit, I'm going to call him out. But, tits are no exception.
Yeah.
If your tits look great, and they do, I am not going to hide it from the public. That is my choice.
Thank you.
That is my declaration. That is my pledge. That is why I'm a one-issue candidate running for the mayor of New York City.
Titsville.
I'm going to come in at the last minute and unseat Mandami on an issue of if your tits look great, let's say it.
Let's just say it.
Let's just fucking say it.
And by the way, I was like, okay.
That will be the name of our talk show. Your tits look great.
Now get out there and face the world.
So I hear you had a crazy weekend with your new husband,
great.
David Ellison.
Bill, I do think we could cover a lot of ground and territory. But do you want to get up early in the morning?
Of course not. We'd have to shoot it the night.
We'd have to shoot it the night before.
Absolutely.
We could do it at like 3 in the morning.
You think people know what's going on in the world? Do they care? You could do a show that's a year late. And it would, they would
hold up.
Exactly.
Like,
no, actually, that would be a great twist on the morning show. Is that we do it the night before.
Yeah. Here's what we think is going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's not going to be that different.
Right most of the time.
It's not going to be that different.
No.
How often does an amazing event
happen from 3 to
8:12 in the morning?
Never.
Oh wait, 9/11.
Oh.
All right.
Wow, you really brought it down.
No.
What time did that happen?
8:12. I mean,
how do you know that?
I just remember it.
Do you remember numbers like that?
I do. I remember birthdays.
That's interesting.
I feel
Are you good at math?
Because now people can easily remember birthdays because it's in your phone or some shit.
Reminder.
And all those years I did it for everybody. For some reason, I'm not good at math. I'm not a science person.
Really?
No, but numbers stick in my head. I will remember. Ooh. That was funny.
That was God.
But exactly. But I remember dates. You can say, oh, remember that thing? And a lot of times I will not remember at all. But if I do, I could say, oh yeah, that was April 7th.
But because you...
Don't know why.
Do you visualize the numbers?
No, I'm not like crazy like that. I just somehow remembered. I'm a history person. That's why.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a history major.
Yeah.
And I love history. And
So you know all the dates of the battles and the wars.
I know everything. Everything about history. Ask me anything about history and I will know.
By the way, I always thought that was bullshit. History is bullshit.
It's the ultimate non-bullshit. If you don't know history, you don't know how to guide the present.
History was, in my classes, only memorizing what dates the wars started.
Well, they taught it to you badly. History should be about the significance of what happened before we were here. One of my biggest problems with the younger generation is when you mention something that happened before they were alive, they're such little fucking narcissists that they don't think they should know because I wasn't alive for that.
Yeah.
I remember once Meghan McCain was on the show and she said something like that and Paul Begala almost brought her to tears when he said, you know, I wasn't alive for the French Revolution, but I know about it.
By the way, I really like Meghan McCain. Should you put your sheet on?
I'm not.
You were just saying in that moment. I mean, I don't know if this is bad for your shot.
Oh.
Can you reach it? Okay.
Yeah. Let's fucking do anything.
It is weird that it just popped off.
I'm a Marine.
Were you a Marine?
No.
I was like,
no,
wow. I would be worried for the country.
I'm only a Marine compared to Gen Z. Compared to them, I am a Marine. And I'm not even a Marine.
Did you ever think about joining the military?
No, I was very lucky. I came of draft age the year before they stopped the draft.
The year before?
Yeah, 1973, I was 17, and kids were still going to Vietnam, although we were wrapping the war up.
But not at 17.
But I would have had to have registered the next
when
year
you were
for the draft.
18.
Normally, you had to register for the draft at 18. They stopped it the very year I turned 18. So I came, very lucky. I came of age right when you didn't have to do it.
Were you panicked about it or stressed or no? You were just thought this is what it is?
No, because by 73, we were only withdrawing troops.
Okay.
We were not sending new troops. We had signed the treaty. Nixon was the best salesman before Trump, who ran in 68 on the pledge of I will end the war in Vietnam and did not, and then ran again in 72 on the same pledge, but then did, or it just came to an end. No, he pulled out. And then, of course, the Vietnamese took over, the North Vietnamese took over, so the whole thing was pointless. But I was not worried about it at that age because we were drawing the war.
It was winding down.
So it was just the perfect age. You want to become military fodder right after a war. Because it's going to take a while for something to generate. Right, generations usually take a pause before they go back. Again, one good thing about Trump, he really, really does not like war.
Which I love that about him.
I kind of do, because I don't want war either, and most of them are unnecessary.
Agreed.
I mean, he took a long time when I had that dinner with him talking about the pictures he sees coming from Ukraine, the stuff that doesn't get out on the news. It's like raw footage of bodies in the field.
Yes.
And you could tell it really moved him.
He's
like, I do not want to see this, and I'm the kind of guy who can fix this, at least. He's never not going to be Trump. So, of course, he's like, I solved 9 wars. And, okay, even if it's half that, it's still good that we're solving them and not starting them.
That's the thing that I find that I really like about President Trump when he talks about wars and talks about Ukraine. And he talks about Ukraine and Russia, and he will say they're losing people on both sides, and it's not just Ukraine is losing people. It's not just Russia is losing people. He sees like both sides. This is a true loss for both sides, and you can feel it from him when he talks about that loss. I mean, I do.
Problem with that one is that he's up against truly the devil. Putin is as close to Satan as you can get. I mean, he's a cold, dead-eyed shark in the water. And he plays Trump. He's like, oh, sure, let's have a peace meeting, Alaska, sure, great. What a great place to meet and have lunch, and and then he left before the lunch. Did you know that?
No.
And Trump.
But I doubted that he's flying to Alaska to have lunch. Like, I can't wait to get there to see what they're serving for lunch. That was probably like last on his list of things to do there.
Yeah, but I mean, he was supposed to stay for the lunch. That just tells you something about Putin and how he thinks of the United States and how we can deal with them, which is like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a piece, if not all, of Ukraine, and I'm going to string you along, and I'll go to your summit meetings, and we'll pretend to talk, and then I won't even stay for the lunch. Trump stayed for the lunch. He said to the waiter, how's the blubber? And the waiter said, we serve everybody.
Come on.
No, but...
By the way, if I can just see, like, journalists out there going, Bill Maher said, I'll stay for the blubber.
Of course.
Like, when you're talking to people, are you thinking...
They're just the worst. They only... Because they don't... I just did a whole piece on this, because the Fox News and the New York Post printed half of an editorial I did. They went all over town on how great I was to take on the left and completely left off the part where I was taking on the right. And that's what they always do. That's every week. So if I started to work...
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. I said that too.
Because, by the way,
yes, it goes both ways.
With my niece Kaylee, and we were looking at, headlines and whatever, and some people are still talking about The View, and it's interesting the coverage of that appearance on The View because a big part of people's criticism of Bobby is that he's not a medical doctor. And on The View, I said 90% of secretaries of HHS have not been medical doctors. So you can see when somebody prints an article, if they don't print my response, but just print, whoever said, your husband's not qualified, he's not even a doctor, you see, oh, okay, they're only printing that side. They're not printing the response, and it's just like what you're talking about.
I mean, I did a lot of editorials during the pandemic that the woke did not like, that were more on Bobby's page.
Okay, I just did another spit take. That's number 2.
I was not on, I am not an anti-vaxxer. He sat here and we talked for a very long time about very many topics. He cried.
He cried?
When he was here, yes.
Why?
Talking about his father. I didn't purposely, as you can see, I have no agenda or thought in my head beyond.
No, you don't plan.
No, you don't.
You've not planned any of this.
It's obvious. No, when I did this, I said, I have a show where I plan. This is no plan.
No, this is...
So, I don't know how we got onto that, but, he was very real, and it was very... but, I did say to him, something anti-vaxxer, and he said, you think that's what I am? And I'm like, well,
that's what everyone calls you.
I could show you things you've said that would certainly make a person to think that,
Yeah.
But I also was on the page during the pandemic that we were overreacting to something that could have better been, certainly we should not have been an outlier country as far as not acknowledging natural immunity, which we were.
It's crazy.
And that does, to me, look like people who are saying, look.
No matter what.
We will get the vaccine in you.
Yeah.
Whether you need it or not.
No matter what. We don't care if you've already had COVID and you have natural immunity. You are getting this vaccine. And it's for the sake of everybody. That was the...
But just scientifically, it's wrong. There's nothing more sort of bargain basement medicine than natural immunity is the best.
Well, that's why Bobby and I that's where we sometimes go.
You don't think natural immunity?
No, I do.
Oh.
But I'm always saying to him, you have to think about people's feelings when you're talking about this. And, if somebody has, let's say for this, not that this natural immunity came up, but if somebody already has natural immunity, but the government is telling them you still have to get the vaccine, their feeling is, I still need to get the vaccine. I said, so let's look at the feeling of that person. And he's like, this is the science. They don't need it. They already have immunity. Like, I know, but they have feelings about it. It's like, doesn't matter.
Well, this is what I said about politicians talk to their wives.
Yeah.
The good ones.
Yeah.
Because they, I've never quite been on the page of, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But sometimes they are.
Yeah, there's a difference.
We are.
You know why?
And you kind of have to hear it.
Because, Bill, women by nature are nurturers.
Yes, yes.
And we, you know what? We bear the children. We feel the responsibility. Not that men don't, but we are connected to the universe in a way that men might not be. We feel the weight of that. So we feel the intensity of other people's feelings. And I'm generalizing. People are already going to town. But generally, because we're thinking about the children, we're thinking about our family. How is this going to affect the whole family? How is this going to affect, and I'm generalizing, not some, but not all.
Okay, but I don't know what you can do in a second.
But I don't need to keep qualifying.
I just want to say, mature people understand that no comment about anything important is done without some generalization.
Okay.
That's what mature people do.
Okay.
Immature people find the one outlier and try to make that a thing.
How dare you?
But that's
I'm a single
not
dad,
what
and
mature people do or serious academics do.
Okay.
They have to go by majorities and statistics.
Yes, majorities and statistics. So
just wanted to get that shot in at those assholes. I fucking hate people.
I know.
They're just such.
Because those are the people that are like, how dare you? You don't know my situation.
Bad faith. You know what bad faith means? It means you don't really believe it yourself, but you can get idiots to believe it. That's bad faith.
If you say it loud enough. But people say it loud enough or enough times, then people will believe it.
Let's smash some shit tonight.
But yes, men and women's different opinions because,
I started with a comic named Mark Sender. He had a great joke. He said, every Sunday night I can get in bed with my girlfriend and we make love and then watch my favorite show, 59 minutes.
You're like, no, okay, I get it. Yeah, it doesn't,
but yes, it's important that you
watch things together that you like or that you agree on.
That you vibe on that time of togetherness.
It's true. I agree with that.
Because it's very often before you go to sleep.
Yeah. And you want to unwind and you want to have
and you just want to be on the same page and you don't. It's not a time for fighting. Like, oh, can we watch this? It's like I don't want to negotiate.
No, I know. I keep trying to get Bobby to watch Murder, and he doesn't want to. He's like, why do I want to watch Murder? I said, I don't know. It's relaxing.
Yeah, now that is a female thing.
It is.
Why are you tell me?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Why are women so fucking interested in murder?
I'll tell you why, Bill. Because I think when it's presented to us, in an hour form or even a mini series, people call it that. No, limited series. It's like here's what happened. It's usually a guy. Let's be honest. Not usually a female murderer.
No.
Usually a guy.
Oh, because in life it is.
It's a guy.
Yes.
So it's a super weird guy.
Men are murderers.
Who murders.
Let's just say it.
Men are.
Not all men are murderers, but if you are a murderer, you're probably a man.
100%. And women are nurturers. So I'm not saying who's better, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's somebody serving up murder in an hour form, right? Or 2 hours. Like it's what are they? What's one of them? Not Nightline, Primetime? No, Primetime? No, 2020 or something like that. And they're like, here's
Dateline.
Dateline. Thank you. And they're like, here's what happened.
Yeah.
there was a murder on Elm Street. Like you've never seen murder. Who was it? You don't know. Could have been the husband. We don't know. And you're watching going, it was
always the husband. Yeah.
And then you watch it, and the husband thinks he's getting away with it, and he doesn't.
And it is always the husband?
Almost always. It's almost always.
Yeah, almost always. Well, that's how the police view it.
Right, of course.
The police view it that way.
Right.
Not just
like
people in show business. The police are going to say,
like,
first thing, check out the husband.
Yeah, or the ex-husband.
They're on a cruise.
Or the lover.
Somehow she fell overboard.
He fell. You're speaking my language. This is a Friday night for me, and I'm just like, she fell overboard. She didn't fall overboard.
Well, we know that like on cruise ships, a lot of the accidents, I think now with cameras it's less likely, but like there was a for murderers there was a golden window of time when you could like
get away with a touch.
Take your girl on a cruise
and be like,
tell her, honey, I love you so much. I want to take you on a cruise.
Yes.
And then use
go
the
look
cruise
at the moon. Can you believe this view?
To kill her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm king of the world. Yeah.
King of the world.
You're queen of the bottom of the sea, bitch.
then 2020. What did you say it was called? Primetime. No, Nightline. No. Nightline.
Yeah.
Nightline. And
Dateline.
Dateline. And then Dateline.
Yeah.
And then it's like women got wise. Like, why are you taking me on this cruise? And why do you want me to look at the moon at the end of the boat? And why are you sitting behind me? I would like to see you. You know, so it's like.
Well, if you're already at the point where you're that suspicious.
If you don't want your man to stand behind you while you're looking at the moon.
You've
got bigger problems.
Not a good relationship.
But that's why women like these shows, because it's like, he did it. We found out he did it, and you guys are not. You guys are not getting away with it anymore. And you go to bed feeling like great. And Bobby's like, "What? How do you feel good about the murder? You don't get it. You're a guy. I don't know."
So you make him watch that?
No, he won't watch it. That's what I secretly, I don't keep it a secret from him, but if he's doing something else, then I will.
That's for you.
That's fair. That's my joy.
Murder is your private joy.
Murder. Let me have murder.
You should have murder.
Yeah. I don't need you sitting next to me being angry about murder when I'm just relaxing to it.
Yeah. It's like asking to share the vibrator. I mean, like, that's your thing.
Oh. My God.
It's your thing.
Bill.
Why would...
Oh, my God. I really did it this time. I really...
You sound like Lucy. Oh, I really did it this time. Lucy, you really did it this time.
I mean, I really...
To the moon, Lucy.
That really got me.
Don't you love 50s TV where you could threaten to punch your wife in the face and it was considered acceptable?
It was cute. Oh,
Alice, if you annoy me one more minute, I'm going to punch you.
To the moon. I mean, I feel like... Is my mascara running? And I'm
no, you look fantastic.
Would you know if I didn't?
What do you mean?
If my mascara was running in your state of mind, do you feel like you'd be like, well, it is, but it still looks okay? Or would you feel like, no, it is, and...
Honestly, and I'm not saying this to blow smoke up your leather, but you are one of the few people I've ever met who like looks better in person than you do on the screen. Not that you don't look good on the screen, but like you look different in person, and it's not worse. It's very rare. Usually they use the artifices to like enhance
make it look better.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
You look thinner.
Interesting.
Well, they say the camera does add 10 pounds.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And sometimes people meet me and think I look taller in person. Because you don't know how tall somebody is when it's just like head and shoulders.
Tell it to Tom Cruise. No. I mean, but he's kind of diminutive, right?
I don't know. I've never met him in real life. And by the way, it doesn't even matter because he's doing
No, but he is, I think he is short. I mean, I'm 5'8". I think he's shorter than me. I mean, I've heard
Have you ever met him, though?
Yeah, once at a party. I told him how much I loved Night and Day.
Oh, I remember Night and Day with Cameron Diaz.
So great. It's just such a great kind of overlooked movie by the... Yeah, I mean, like the snobs didn't like it for some reason, but it's just like a great sort of romantic caper kind of movie.
Yeah, I remember liking that movie.
It's just two old pros who know how to do their job in movies and doing it well, and a great sort of fun, you know, it's just escapism.
Yeah.
But on an elegant level.
Yeah.
You can do it elegantly.
Yeah.
You know, and...
I mean, he's always pretty elegant.
I love Tom Cruise as a movie star.
Yeah, because he...
Oh, he's amazing.
He takes the responsibility.
Very much so.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, for the whole planet also.
You don't think that about Christian, like a Christian actor? You don't feel like, whoa, huh? Like, well, I would like to rewire their brain to get that one thing different.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's like, but you feel that about...
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, it's just, because it is just as nutty. You're right. It is just as nutty to think that Jesus was, I mean, if he even was a historical figure, which is not certain but possible, it's like a 50-50. Okay, say he was a historical figure. There was a guy, Jesus. Yeah, to think that he reanimated after he was dead, that is as crazy as Xenu. You're right. You're totally right.
And
we're just used to it.
Yeah, we're just used to it.
We're just used to it, and it's more mainstream.
Right. So who cares what?
No,
what
I'm not for actually doing like lobotomies on people, but you know, I mean,
it's just such a different idea that it's hard to accept.
I mean, Scientology to me is a little worse because it came much later. Christianity, you could make the excuse, like Judaism and Islam.
And you see the artwork that goes back.
Well, it came at the pre-scientific era. The scientific era only started about 400 years ago, when people believed in science, when they stopped thinking the sun revolved around the other planets.
But what if that is the truth? What if the science is the truth?
Now, this is Bobby talking. I mean, we definitely should always be debating what the science is. That's one thing.
Are we talking about religion now, or are we talking about something else?
We're talking about both.
Okay.
Because they both apply.
But I mean, you're saying we should always be debating.
The science. That's what science means, debating. That's where I'm with him.
Okay.
It's like, you know,
it's always changing too.
It's always changing.
Well, who's to say that this has been settled?
Exactly. No, that's where I've always had his back. And I've taken the shit from doing my editorials about it, especially during COVID, even before COVID, they hated me they called me an anti-vaxxer, and I was like, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. That's not what I am. I'm just a pro skepticism about anything medical.
Yeah.
Any medical intervention.
Why can't we ask questions?
I'm very especially since my thing was always like, don't look at me because you're wearing a white coat with your name printed on it in stitching. Like, I'm God and I have the answers. When have we ever been wrong? Because my answer is a lot.
A lot.
You've been wrong a lot. So am I going to listen to Bobby Kennedy? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Does that obligate me to believe everything he says? No. But I don't believe everything you say either.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I have a lot of evidence in the past, more than about him, about how you were wrong.
Yeah. I mean, big tobacco.
Oh.
We've got...
Big Pharma.
Big Pharma.
I mean,
that's
they paid $8 billion to the Sackler family did, who were, you know, obviously you can buy a lie.
Yeah.
In Big Pharma and kill a lot of people and get away with it by paying a fine.
Yes.
But don't come to me with the when have we ever been wrong?
Right.
And a lot of it, most of it is not because of corruption. That is. Corruption is part of it. Most of it is just because they just don't fucking know.
Well, I was just talking about this the other day about pregnant women getting x-rayed back in the 50s. Because that was leading technology, and they could see where the baby was, and wealthy mothers were doing it because it was the best health care you could have. And then there were studies done. And it's like, oh, there's a link to wealthy women and children's cancer.
But my mother drank during her
And probably
pregnancy
smoked. Did she
because,
smoke too?
of course, she did.
Just like
L&M's.
help me get me through this.
Right.
What is L&M's?
And did it affect me? No.
Not a bit. Look at you.
No.
A picture of
But
health.
that had nothing to do with it. But yeah, I mean, look.
But yeah, and then so then there was a connection made. Radiation from X-rays is causing childhood cancer.
Right.
And then when they came out with that, in
Which
the 50s,
makes sense.
Makes sense, but people were outraged at the finding, and they said that's can't be true because we're doing the best we can for our patients. The mothers were doing the best they could for their babies, and it took 20 years until the U.S. and Europe stopped doing it because they just couldn't get they couldn't imagine that they're doing something.
I just wish Bobby could stop saying the things I can't defend so that I could more vociferously defend the things I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you have something in mind? Or is this...
No, but in general, you know what I mean?
Well...
Because some things I can't. And he goes too far for me. And it's like in the big picture, yes. Do I think we needed a big shakeup, and should we relook at it? And a lot of the precepts that he is signed onto have been parts of my whole life because I got with a holistic doctor 20-something years ago, and it just changes your way of viewing it and what you think is
right.
I mean, I do not want to have certain products that have been homogenized or pasteurized, for example, because I want live bacteria. Because
that's part of
I don't want to kill the bacteria, the good bacteria, with the bad bacteria.
Yeah.
I agree that it would make it completely safe because you've killed all the bacteria, but then you're denying the healthful factor part of it. And as a free citizen, I should be able to say, well, I will take that risk.
I want that bacteria.
Because I want that bacteria. And you don't know my personal health background and what I may have gone through, because I don't ever publicize that shit. Lots of other people do, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm not judging
like their health situations or
absolutely.
Wait, come here. I feel like you have a little...
Yeah, we'll get rid of it.
I don't know what. Oh, I know what it is.
Probably ash.
Wait, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Mine made it worse. Here, can I do this?
I once had,
Sorry.
Mom.
I'm being a total mom. Okay, yeah, I think I get it.
I once had a pot dealer, and it's like his wife did not want him to be doing it. And he's like, I can't, be cool, because my wife's, she thinks I'm still doing the whole pot thing. And she came in and she was yelling at him for pot. He said, honey, I don't smoke pot anymore. She said, Peter, there's a leaf in your teeth.
I can see it. Yeah.
Potheads.
You had a little ash.
But,
No,
look,
I know. Listen, but it's hard to be I think it's hard to be a change maker.
Totally.
Nobody wants.
I feel
wants change. It's scary and it intimidates people, and it's the unknown. It's hard for people to. It's like, no, we don't want to. We don't want to change. We've got this thing going, and it's like, well, what if it's not a great thing that you've got going? Like, we have to make change, and so, and
But he is kind of perfect for the Trump administration because he kind of fits in with what I think of the template, which is got the right idea about a bunch of things that need reform. But the way you're doing it, I can't go on. I mean, I can go on part of the way and then you lose me. But that's not your thing. We don't have to talk about that.
But it's okay. I mean, it's interesting here. And once again, I think it's interesting being on the inside looking out, right? Because I'm seeing it from a different perspective.
Right.
because you only have so much time to make change.
You're right.
And so I'm just going to say this to you.
Yeah.
Because it's just the two of us in this. No one's listening. But when Biden was president, we didn't see him. I didn't see him. I wasn't feeling any sort of movement forward. And I thought,
he was.
And I thought, oh, maybe that's where we are now. Well, our president is just sort of a figurehead, like the Queen of England or the King of England. Like, it's just a person that's like, this is who we voted for.
Yeah.
And so I sort of got used to that idea of, oh, this is a person in the background. So then, and by the way, until recently, I couldn't have told you one name of a secretary of HHS. Never in my life have I ever been.
Yeah, it's not a big.
Concerned myself with the secretary of HHS.
Yeah.
But now I know names. I know what they've done. I know their history. I know their qualifications. But so when President Trump got into office again, he's a change maker. Bobby's a change maker. And they are like, we only have a certain amount of time to get stuff done. We're going to get it done. And whether you like it or not, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love it. They're making changes, which is hard to do in politics. It's hard to do in policy.
Inertia is more relevant usually than either party.
No, and by the way, we've all known red dye. What is it? Red dye 20? The red dye in food.
Oh, red dye number 2.
Is it number 2?
Yeah.
That it is.
Yeah.
It's been known to cause cancer. We've known this for a very long time.
You know what? I mean, that whole thing, I'm with him totally, but I got to say, the idea that I would ever eat anything that had red dye number 2 in it is just like I don't need this fucking law because I'm not going to eat red dye number 2 products anyway.
But you know why? I'm not finger pointing, but it's because you don't have kids. When you have kids, it's a responsibility that you have.
That's one reason I don't have kids, because you can't raise kids, unfortunately, in a vacuum. You raise them in society. And so you have to live by the mores and the ideas of the other people in society who their kids are going to...
But that's why
and I would just be the bad parent with the scissors in my hand who's going to stab you in your leather pants because you were like... Because I can't raise my kid the way I want to. Because everybody else gets a fucking say in it, which was not the way I was raised.
No.
Nobody else got a say.
No.
Now, it's just that everything, nobody ever stops in the middle with the pendulum. It always goes to like...
No, it really
Jupiter
swung.
On the next...
No, it really...
Right?
Yes.
Isn't that the biggest fucking bad...
And that's what happened in the last administration. It swung really far. And...
Biden really...
Because he
think
wasn't really
affected
around.
My feelings about age, because I always have been...
About age?
Yes, because I've for a very long time been, I think, a voice against ageism. I think this is a very ageist country.
Yes.
And my point was always, I'm not saying there's not a time to go off into the great pasture,
and
whatever.
Relax.
But it's a case by case, and that is still my point.
Yes.
So don't automatically make a rule like at 75. Some people at 75
are great.
I mean,
top
I had
of their game.
Barbara fucking Eden here.
Mm.
Right there. I Dream of Jeannie. She's 94.
Really?
She looks like you, and she talks like you. There's no betrayal of age at all. And and some people are old at 50. I've known people who are old at 50 who've given up on life.
Right, and just like turn on the TV and just like, I'm just going to do this until I die.
And physically also.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
at my age, you can look, people look a lot worse than me at 70 because they stayed in the sun.
Let me swallow before you. I can't. I cannot.
Hoping I hear
can't
those
take
words.
another. Okay, were you about to make a joke? Finally, no.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you. I found one. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, what were you saying?
No,
It was important.
No, I did not want to do a spit take. No, we were talking about ageism, and you were saying, and we were talking about Biden, and we were talking about.
Oh, because I have always been, I would say this, avenging angel against ageism, and I still am there. But the Biden experience showed me that it's easy when you're, in highfalutin positions of power, which I am not the president, but, I am God in my universe in a show on a.
Created all this.
Yeah, I mean, I could see people like trying to like keep me.
Yeah. Appease.
Like Weekend at Bernie me,
You can still do this show.
Right.
Yeah. I got a mortgage to pay.
For that reason, I am acutely aware of my own prowess or lack of it. So, like, when the time comes, I will be there.
Who will be the person to tell you that?
I don't need one. I will be that person. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I do know.
Because Biden.
I do know.
Because Biden.
Well, but I'm just saying Biden made it acutely aware, made me acutely aware that you can really get to this place where.
You kind of overestimate.
Well, you're just. I always said he can't run for president. Could he be president? Yes, he wasn't crazy or senile. He could make decisions in small rooms of advisors, which is what a president needs to do. But at a certain point, you are also the president who needs to, like, have a public face.
Yeah.
And show the people they have a leader. Trump, you may hate him. You may hate every policy. He does not look tired.
No, he is out there.
He is out there.
I mean, he's televising his cabinet meetings. I don't know that anybody has done that.
Well, he's kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, this is who I am.
This is who I am.
This is who you got.
And this is the shit that's been festering for a long time that I am not going to let festering. That's the part that's appealing to people.
Maybe that should be the name of our show. Let's not keep festering.
I like just festering. I don't think we need the other part. I think it gilds the lily.
Festering.
I think the word festering is always
something people want to wake up to.
Attractive to people.
Start your day with festering. Just festering. Bill and Cheryl. Hey, everybody. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're taping this early because nothing's going to happen from 3 to 6. We all know that.
I think we should start every Monday broadcast with asking about what was festering in your weekend.
You know what? I would do this in 1 second. We can start on Monday.
No, that is what you actually should do next. You should do a talk show. I don't know where.
Like a morning show or just
like I'm not even talking about podcasts and they're great. I'm talking about old fucking TV. I think that old fucking TV still lives on. I know it's not the newest thing, but you know what? It's still it's like
murder.
Well, like murder.
People love it. They tune in.
Warren Buffett, the smartest investor ever, and he was always like, okay, you guys, make fun of me, and then I always invest in things like railroads and toilet paper while you're chasing the latest high-tech things, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what? People still need to wipe their ass, and they need something to get it to them that'll let them wipe their ass. So I'm going to invest in that.
Yeah.
So TV is not dead.
I agree.
TV is not dead.
People still want to connect.
I mean, I couldn't live without a TV.
I know I like TV.
It's a big thing at the end of my bed.
Yeah. I like it. Are you like...
No, I'm...
Bill?
I meant...
Are you hoping that I will say, oh, a big thing at the end of your bed? I don't know.
I only meant it literally, and then I realized what I said.
And you were like, now that I said it.
It's a big thing at the end of my bed, and I want it to be big, and I want it to be at the end of my bed. I feel like appointment television, that's a laurel that few people can like put around their neck. I have a little bit of that left. There are still people
You
who really
do.
want to watch my show.
You know why?
When it comes on Friday night, like as it comes on.
Yeah,
it
because
was live for almost all its run. After the pandemic made us not do it live because it was too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
I mean, it was so
to get together.
There was so much material in the pandemic. I mean, there was so much stupidity and so much hypocrisy. I mean, it was a fucking, if you couldn't hit that with a comedic arrow, it was a barn door.
Right.
Like
people were
like
too
the
upset
restaurant shit. Remember going to restaurants in parking lots? Like I'm in a parking lot. And then I found out, because once, soon after the pandemic, I had to take a commercial flight. I know that sounds like I'm a spoiled asshole.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I know, me too, and I'm going to write a memoir about it.
That's what my whole book is about.
My private plane got broke, and so I had to fly on a commercial airline. And when I saw how much they pack the people together, and I thought, I mean, during this whole pandemic, when we were all like going to the restaurants in the parking lot and wearing masks when we go to the bed. During this whole thing, you were letting the planes fly, because I was on one of these planes and I saw what it was like, and there was no, and you could take the mask off to eat,
but you have to pull that up
so
when you're chewing.
ridiculous that you think you were, and then people get off the plane and disperse.
Yeah.
You could not devise a better method to make sure the virus wasn't spread around the country. And yet I'm eating in the parking lot.
Yeah. No, I know. It's also in my book. I talk about that in my book because it was like, because at that time during the pandemic, you know, that's when Bobby was really questioning these types of
protocols.
Ideas, protocols. And
distancing.
Which,
I mean, all of it was proved to be a bunch of bullshit. Now, some of it was, yes, at the beginning, we didn't know what it was. But there definitely was a point at which we could have been like... Pivoted.
Right, because at the beginning, nobody knew, and it was like, we've never seen this before, and everybody was on board, and it's like, wow, we have never seen this before. And then, as time went on, you could watch some of the governors, which once again, insider, looking out, learning about, you know, I really am understanding what governors do, as opposed to, so you watch some of the governors.
Governors have the power.
They really do. So state to state, you watch them make decisions about their state.
Right.
We're going to stay locked down, Newsom. We're going to stay locked down. Everybody, you know, as social distance. We're going to keep the schools locked down, the businesses locked down. And then you had other governors, and I only know this
I
because
went to Florida as soon as I could.
And so, me too.
And it felt like a different world. California, I felt like I was in Attica. Like boarded up windows, and it's like, please.
I know.
Eating in the parking lot. Yeah, this is going to change a lot. I'm in the parking lot, you fucking assholes.
Well, the same. I went to Florida because my whole family lives in Florida. And when I got there, like my sister and I went to, I don't know, Target or something like that. And I got my mask out and she said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just, you know, getting my mask out. She goes, no, nobody does that. Like, you don't have to do that here. And I was like, really? That's crazy. And, you know, I walked through and some people had a mask on, which is fine. If that's what you want to do and that makes you feel more comfortable, then do that. But the difference between, you know, DeSantis and Newsom was like stark, right? And you have, and even people on the beaches in California.
Beaches were the best place.
No, but people were still required to wear a mask.
I understand. And
in Florida, it was like, no, go out to the beach and like get some sun.
Again, sun and fresh air. As opposed to staying inside and day drinking, and which is going to make everybody put on like 15 pounds. The worst thing in an epidemic that killed two kinds of people: old and fat. Old and fat.
And that's what was weird. It was like, so you would think in that moment that people would be, or the country, or you know, the governors or whomever would say, "Oh, okay, people need to be at a healthy weight." To survive COVID, to survive anything.
I suggested make it a national challenge. You love challenges on TikTok. You know, hey, here's the stick something up your ass challenge. Great. It's what all the kids are doing. Here, eat horse manure challenge. Okay. Do that. How about, you know what? We're in a pandemic which kills obese. The fatter you were, the worse chances you had. Let's all lose 15.
No.
And they never even mentioned it.
No,
so
never.
Don't expect my respect for you, government, if you can't even mention a key factor. I did editorials about that. Of course, the usual suspects hated me for that because we were still in the age of body positivity. Was there ever a more Orwellian idea than that fatness is positivity? It's, like...
It is, that being said, as a woman...
Who's not fat. What?
Okay, but, the idea that you're judging somebody by how they look...
I'm not judging them.
I know. But if somebody's...
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Science is not in the eye of the beholder.
Now you sound like Bobby. Because it's like...
Science is not in the... Well, I would... Yes.
Because Bobby's like...
if only he would always go by the science.
He does. I know you don't think...
Not always. But we don't get into minutiae. But no, I mean, beauty, yes. I mean, absolutely. Everybody should enjoy what they enjoy.
But yeah, you don't have to be... But that's talking about the pendulum swinging. So the pendulum was swinging to body positivity. Like, I weigh 300 pounds, and I'm okay with it, so you should be okay with it. I'm just saying, when the pendulum was swinging to body positivity, and somebody said, I weigh 300 pounds.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't bother you. And it's
right. It doesn't.
Right, it doesn't. But is it healthy? I don't...
But no, that's what I mean about the science is not in the eye of the beholder. The science doesn't care about your feelings. The science is... And I did an editorial about this before COVID. I said this was like a year before COVID, and James Corden attacked me viciously. Very similar to the way Who's This attacked you. Very similar. Like a real nasty...
Really?
Yes. Like, he should, he's worrying about the shit we put in our mouth. He should worry about the shit that comes out of his mouth. Kind of like... And it's such an easy argument to make. And all I was doing was presenting the facts. I was saying this was during I think the 2018 campaign of midterms, and the Democrats were debating each other, and the big issue was health care. And I just said, you can talk about health care till you're blue in the face and which person has the better program. It will never get solved until you enlist the help of the people themselves in making their health better.
Right.
And the fact that you won't even mention the obesity issue because it would offend people, then you have I don't respect you. And then I gave the statistics. It's like, even before COVID, obesity affects everything in your health really badly. Yeah. From eyesight to depression, everything is affected.
Diabetes.
So of course, when a pandemic came around, it was going to take the fatties first.
I'm so glad I was not drinking where you said that. Thank you. Thank you,
This is a show for truth. This is a truthful show. And the very old, And if I was a fat old person, I would get the vaccine too.
Which, by the way, people that were vulnerable, those are the people that should have gotten the vaccine, and people who had natural immunity, who had already had it, who were in great health, who, maybe we should have taken a step back and said, you're already healthy. You're going to be okay. You don't need this.
And it's not even saying you're against it.
Right.
The mature answer is that, of course, medical interventions, especially of the last 100 years, are valuable. I don't want to live in a world without antibiotics. I also don't want to take antibiotics.
If I don't have to.
But if I don't, right. But if I have to, I'm very glad they're around.
Right.
I don't want to have a vaccine unless I really think
I have to.
There are things out there that I would fight you for the vaccine. But COVID.
Gonorrhea?
COVID.
No, I'm just.
Well,
That was a bad joke at your expense.
I love a bad joke at my expense. That's what makes this show work. That's why we're #1 in the morning for the last.
We're #1. What is it called? Oh, what's
#1. That's what it's called, #1, lady.
No, what's the name of our show? It's a terrible name. A Fester.
Oh, Fester.
Don't let it fester. Just Fester.
We had another name before that.
Yeah, we had another name.
But I mean,
we'll never know because
I
we're
don't know.
drunk and stoned.
Yeah.
And when we review the
probably
tape,
wrap it
Bill,
up.
here's what we're gonna know. When we watch this tape back, which neither one of us will do,
Ever.
we're gonna know that we're gonna have a morning show. It's only gonna be on Mondays for some reason.
No, Mondays.
And it's gonna be, and we're gonna shoot
No,
it.
Mondays is the day that we ask if your weekend included any festering.
Festering.
But you know, these are just ideas.
No,
These are
they're
just
great ideas. And we're going to shoot it at 3 in the morning because we figure that nothing is going to happen from 3 till 6, 9 the next day. And we're going to predict what's going to happen the next day. And we're going to say, here's what's probably happening today. Here's what's probably happening today. And then we'll give our best guesses, which will probably be right.
It's actually a good idea.
You know what? It's a great idea.
It actually really.
I wish I could remember the name of our show. To just let it fester. Don't let it fester. This is what festered.
All right, I'm going to squash the fester part of it.
It's not attractive.
It's not.
But the first one was more attractive.
I don't remember what that one
Nobody
was, but
does.
it was
like
it's on tape somewhere. But spit take, we could call it.
By the way, there were
Spit take
3
with Cheryl.
spit takes in this show.
That's why I know it was a good time. Well, thank you. I kept you here, I'm sure, longer than I should have.
I would love to just keep talking with you.
I would too. I just, I could feel the crew getting restless.
Like, when are we wrapping?
Yeah,
It's time to
can
go
we
home.
go home? We have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do it all night, but
I know
okay.
you could. That's what I've heard about you. Good night, everybody. Hey. Okay.
All right. Oh, and if you haven't heard by now,
Oh, yeah.
Unscripted by Cheryl Hines, it's so
It's a page
engrossing.
turner.
I read it while
You have not, but you know
I
what?
just got it. I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read comments.
You know, there's an audio version too if you just want to listen while you're
I would
making
never
spaghetti.
do that.
Really?
No.
You like the words.
I like, yeah.